Good morning. Good morning and good afternoon from Cyprus. Thank you for attending our webinar on North Cyprus. This is going to be perhaps the last webinar of 2025. We're very excited to be sharing with you what's been going on the west coast of North Cyprus. We're going to be talking about the project, the development that we've been marketing for about the last 3 years, and the improvements and the advancements and where it came from and where it's heading to. So yes, right now we're going to be talking about the well-being concept, the new phase of West Coast living in Northern Cyprus, and the enjoyable retirement reimagined by the sea. So today we're going to be talking about studio 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, and they're going to be basically centered around a well-being and assisted living home care services concept. The deal is for 78,500 pound sterling units, which is about 103,000 US dollars in today's exchange rate. It's for 35% down, which is about 36,000 US, and the remaining 65% with developer financing for 36 months, which is 3 years, with 0% interest. The developer is also contributing to the property transactional taxes, meaning the land registry taxes, etc. We're not only going to be providing, or we're not only going to be talking about studios, 1 and 2 bedroom units, but we also have larger units available, penthouses, which prove to be quite popular with Live and Invest Overseas purchasers such as yourselves. And we're going to be touching base on those as well. All units come with international freehold title deeds. They are not a shareholder. They're not timeshares in any way. They're international freehold secure title deeds with a projected return of investment of 9% on the smaller studio and 1 bedroom units. So where is Cyprus? Obviously, with Live and Invest Overseas, I've been marketing Cyprus for the past 5 years. Cyprus is basically on the eastern flank of Europe. It is considered to be very, very similar to the Greek islands, but instead of being in the Aegean Sea, it is in the Mediterranean. So it is similar topography, similar people, similar culture, but it's not in the Aegean Sea, it's in the Mediterranean. We have sunny and warm climate. We have about 300 days of sunshine throughout the year. Today, even though it's the middle of November, we're approaching December. It was quite a pleasant day, quite an enjoyable day. The cost of living is very, very low, which includes obviously the healthcare system, the day-to-day living, etc. It's considerably cheaper than Western Europe and the United States. It is considered to be one of the safest countries in the world. I believe it's ranked the 3rd safest country after Singapore and I believe Hong Kong. But for me, it's very, very safe, and that's particularly the reason why, even though I'm a local here, that's perhaps the best reason that I choose to live here. It's fantastically safe, especially for families and for elderly people, for women. It's very safe. It's an ex-British colony, Cyprus. Therefore, the population speaks English, or about 90% of the people speak English. It's quite widely spoken. And even in day-to-day transactions, you can communicate and get by with only knowing English, which means you don't need to learn Turkish or Greek or Spanish or Portuguese for that matter. And you can pass by just by speaking English on a day-to-day basis. It is quite easily accessible. I get this question all the time from my Live and Invest Overseas North American clients. How are we going to come over there, etc.? Actually, I sent an email copy about this as I was living in Miami, United States myself, having commuted back and forth at least 3-4 times a year. It's quite easy. There are many one-stop flights from the US, and coming to Cyprus, both north and south parts are quite easy. The property market is quite budget friendly when it's compared to other similar type of properties, especially the ones like in Portugal, in Spain. The property prices are relatively much cheaper. The return of investment is much higher, and that's why one of the reasons why demand is so high on our properties. We are quite proud of our medical care facilities, our hospitals, our doctors. Again, this is another question that I've been receiving all the time. They're quite advanced, they're quite high tech, and quite affordable compared to, again, Western Europe and the United States. So it's quite basically convenient to get the healthcare that you would require in Cyprus. We are a European Union construction materials system abider. We need to go by those rules and regulations. Therefore, the structures that we build are basically up to the European Union standards. The taxes are quite low, especially on rental income. You only pay one-time tax of 13%, and that's it. So if you were to buy and rent out your property, you would only have to pay 13% rental income tax, stoppage tax we call it, and there's no additional tax afterwards. The healthy Mediterranean diet is what we enjoy all day long. So it's nothing new for us. This is what we do. This is what we eat, especially the diet is based on olive oil, yogurt, citrus, a lot of veggies, a lot of fresh poultry meat, etc., fish. So it's quite healthy out here. Combine that with the sunshine that we get a lot. The population is considered to be one of the healthiest in the area. Talking about friendly people, because of the sunshine and everybody being outdoors and being a close community and a safe community, everybody's quite friendly to one another. We welcome expats coming into our country, and the people basically extend an open arm to people who would like to move out to Cyprus. So Cyprus is quite big on culture, history, and entertainment. We have a very, very long history, more than 2,000 years. Actually, one of the apostles of Jesus Christ, Paul, basically came from Israel to Cyprus when he was basically spreading out Christianity. So that's how far back our culture goes. The history is also quite long. And the entertainment sector is quite in demand. But most importantly, there is this community, family ambience, atmosphere on the island, which contributes a lot to its security. The nature outdoor activities, beaches and water sports are basically endless opportunities if you like to enjoy, if you enjoy that. And I suggest you take advantage of that. Even between meetings, it's quite common for Cypriots to have a sunbathe or have a swim in the sea and come back to work. So that's the type of lifestyle we enjoy here, and compared to the likes in Western Europe or United States, where it's always hustling and bustling between meetings and always under stress. We don't do that. It's an island community in the Mediterranean, and we do enjoy life. Talking about economy, I'd like to touch base on that a little bit. Our major economic drive is tourism. We get a lot of tourists, but most importantly, we have an upward trend on tourism. Tourism has been steadily climbing ever since COVID hit. And right now we have about 7 to 8 million tourists per annum, which is comparatively extremely high, comparing it to a population of about 1 million people. We get a lot of tourists. Some of them come here, for a short term. Some of them come here for long-term stays, but we do get a lot of tourists. The second pillar of our economy is the higher education. We have in excess of 100,000 university students coming from all types of different countries into Cyprus, taking advantage of our universities, getting their higher education here. We have, I think, more than 65 different countries being represented in our higher education system, which contributes to the cosmopolitan lifestyle in North Cyprus, and which also tells you a lot about how welcoming we are as people for basically qualified people coming and living with us. The up-and-coming sector nowadays is the medical tourism. Cyprus, especially North Cyprus, is quite big on IVF, infertility treatments. And we have a lot of Europeans coming here and getting treated. As I said earlier on, our healthcare system is top-notch, but the cost is significantly lower than that of the similar procedures in Western Europe and the United States. Therefore, we do receive a lot of people coming in and taking advantage of that, and that's why it's basically an up-and-coming sector in North Cyprus. And of course, basically supporting all these is the real estate sector, which we're all here for today. The real estate is relatively, comparatively affordable, as I discussed earlier on, to similar properties throughout the Mediterranean, throughout Southern Europe. And the return of investment is particularly quite high because we do get about 9 to 10% net return of your investment if you were to rent out your property. The rentability, the occupancy rate is significantly high, and we basically enjoy good returns on real estate investment. So what am I talking about in terms of return of investment or capital appreciation? So we have seen significant capital appreciation in the north coast and the east coast of North Cyprus. In the city of Kyrenia, which is on the northern coast, we did experience basically more than doubling between 2019 and 2025. And 2019 is when we started together with Live and Invest Overseas promoting Cyprus. And the basically the price increase was really good. The same we did experience on the East Coast, Iskele, and some of our leaders would remember that because that's when we started promoting the East Coast, and some of our readers, even Invest Overseas, Avertiss readers, did invest in the East Coast, basically enjoying not only capital appreciation but return of investment on their properties. 2.5 times capital appreciation, 250% capital appreciation was experienced, and we're quite proud to say that we have 100% success rate. All that we sold, and we have over 100 clients, by the way, throughout the years with Live and Invest Overseas. We have 100% track record. Everybody received their properties. Everybody received their properties on time, and basically are enjoying their return of investment. So what's happening on the West Coast now? Since we did experience this price increases, capital appreciation in the North Coast and the East Coast, Lee Simon approached me a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, and he suggested that we look elsewhere in North Cyprus that still offers such a capital appreciation potential. At which time we did shift our focus from the East Coast to the West Coast, and we started marketing this project that currently I'm going to be talking about to you today. So the West Coast of North Cyprus is basically the last remaining developing coastline of the island as a whole. Why is it the last remaining developing coastline? Because it's a virgin area. Everybody is basically, once the other parts of the island developed, it's basically shifted their focus onto the West Coast, and it's an up-and-coming area in that respect. It's an emerging property market. It's a significant hub for real estate investment in North Cyprus. And the potential for capital appreciation is huge. I'm going to be showing you a graph in a bit, and you will understand what is the potential for capital appreciation and return of investment. One thing that the government basically motivated developers to do on the West Coast is because of its lifestyle, because of the organic living, and because of this softer lifestyle that's going on the West Coast. The government incentivized diversification in tourism sector, and the government offered motivation for assisted living complexes, healthcare services, etc. This made ease of resort-style comfort with assisted living support, while people were staying independent while enjoying a healthier, more balanced lifestyle. Aging in place, so to speak. So health tourism is much more motivated on the West Coast compared to the North and East Coast, which goes hand in hand with the existing lifestyle in this area. So this is the map of Cyprus, and the red dot basically represents where the project is as we speak. The Iskele and Kyrenia you can see on the map, the East Coast and the North Coast, and the West Coast is where we're going to be talking about. I gave you all the distance, comparatively speaking, to the airports, etc., and you can take a look if you have other questions about the location. It is considered to be the best location for water sports. A lot of young people flood in because of that. It is a mixture of a coastline combined with a mountain range, the Troodos mountain range. Basically, it's a flat land between the Troodos Mountains and the Five Finger Mountains, reaching the seashore, and is considered one of the most fertile, if not the most fertile part of Cyprus. That's why they say whatever you plant grows there. That's why a lot of people are enjoying the organic lifestyle there, because practically everything grows there, naturally speaking. It is also the home for the largest freshwater dam in the country, and it is the greenest corner of the island. The region is home for the famous Orchard Valley, and people do enjoy the delicious local cuisine there because, as I said, of the ingredients, because of the produce that's being produced there. Everything is clean, everything is organic there. It's basically pesticide-free. It's it's like from the 50s, but in 2025. It's basically a dream location. As I said, it's very fertile area. Everything's grown there, from citrus to strawberries to everything you name it grows there. It's quite big on history. Romans built quite significant historical sites there, and you're welcome to enjoy it when you're in Cyprus. It has its own micro cuisine, I'd like to call, where even though the Cyprus cuisine is fantastic, it's Mediterranean cuisine, this area, the West Coast, has its own micro cuisine because it's got its own veggies, it's got its own different type of herbs, etc., that the locals use for preparing their dishes. Obviously, olive oil is a big thing there as well, but combine that with lemon and citrus, etc., it's basically a slightly different than the regular Cyprus cuisine. And of course, the entertainment is a little bit different than what we see on the other parts of the island. It's basically more local festivals, etc., compared to these huge, gigantic hotels that we have elsewhere on the island. It is more down to earth, more laid back, more like family atmosphere, community atmosphere. That's basically the local culture that basically reflects on the developments there. So ever since we started marketing together with Leif Simon, Live and Invest Overseas, we have experienced significant improvement. You can see the timeline, what happened on the West Coast. In 2023, we started, you can see there was basically 1.5 block. And then in 2024, everything started coming together. In 2025, people are already basically starting to take possession, starting to rent their properties out, etc. So it's going quite fast. This is particularly an interesting graph because this is what I'm talking about. We have experienced significant capital appreciation on the North Coast, which initiated with the Kyrenia city. As you can see on the left-hand side, it started less than 500 pounds per square meter. Right now, it approached about 3,000 pounds per square meter, but it took us 19 years to get there, as you can see. However, on the East Coast, it started about the same price in 2010, but it reached about the same price in 2024. So it took us about 13 years compared to 19 years to get to 2,800, 3,000 pounds per square meter mark. But if you take a look at the West Coast, it started in 2019, and in 2024, we're about halfway there. So if you take the benchmark as being 3,000 pounds per square meter, we're not even 1,000 pounds per square, 1,500 pounds per square meter on the West Coast, which suggests that we can expect a doubling in the prices, 200%, excuse me, 100% capital appreciation, 200% reaching in the next foreseeable future. And obviously, it's going to be less than 14 years because things are happening much faster. Cyprus is becoming more and more popular. So within the next 5 or 6 years, I'm definitely confident that the prices are going to reach the levels that are present in other parts of North Cyprus. I've been commuting back and forth to the West Coast, proudly so, as being one of the first people who identified the potential there. I've witnessed firsthand the development there. This photograph has been taken by myself. I don't know if you see on the left-hand side, that's my daughter on this slingshot. And it's quite nice to see that everything's coming together. I witnessed firsthand the transformation from basically a promising real estate market into this halfway transformation that everything's coming together, everything is beginning to work out, everything is beginning to move forward. And this is what we have right now. Everything's, as I said, coming together. And we're not only talking about residential units, but also commercial real estate, which includes supermarkets, restaurants, all types of facilities, including, yacht pier, wellness and assisting home care services, which is amazing. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit further down the road. That's really generating a lot of demand because a lot of people are interested in it. It is this community first line to the beach, beachfront living, combining that with a hotel, obviously on site, together with wellness and assisted living infrastructure, which is really phenomenal. I don't think there's anything similar anywhere else in the world, which is making a lot of people becoming interested in it. So beach amenities, there's a shopping strip already been built, everything's active. A hotel is currently being developed, the second block on the left-hand side, you can see by the water. That's been taken over by Dedeman Hotels, which I'm going to be talking about in a bit. And so a hotel is coming there as well, which are all contributing to the value gain of the area. This is a view from the beach side. As you can see, some of the buildings have their windows installed already, and everything's coming together. And soon, by the end of 2026, we're going to see life here. We're going to see everybody coming together, everybody starting taking possession and taking advantage of their properties. So when I talked about this project, this development being centered around the wellness center, I'm not only talking about a gym or anything like that. This is a huge 3,000 square meter, which is like a 33,000 square feet area, where everything is where it combines not only the wellness and gym and everything, but also medical treatments, small medical treatments, beauty treatments, as well as assisted home care services. So this is like a one-stop shop where everything's coming together. And basically, you can take, as a buyer, as a resident, you can take advantage of all of these combined or consecutively, if you so desire. And basically, it's like a one-stop shop where people enjoy this beachfront living, beachfront community living in a secure, organically, organic environment. But also, if they so desire, take advantage of the assisted living facilities, or take advantage of the wellness, take advantage of the spa, everything. So it is quite unique in this respect. Combining that with a hotel on site, it is, I believe, I mean, I've done a research, I couldn't find anything similar, but I believe it's perhaps the only one in the world that combines all of these aspects together. As I said, the wellness is the centerpiece of all the activity. It is about 33,000 square feet, combining all types of activities, which I will show to you in a second. And it's really, it's quite unique in that respect, and everybody's showing great interest in that. I will explain you a little bit. It'll have wellness treatments. And when I say wellness treatments, I mean the spa, anti-aging center, etc. Medical treatments, small, light medical treatments. It's not a hospital, but there are small medical treatments. Beauty treatments, that includes everything from like the Botoxes or fillers, etc., that you so desire, as well as aging in place, assisted living, home care services, which include, medical equipment loans, nursing care and assistance if you so desire, physical examination, etc., etc. So the wellness treatments, quite advanced. Everything is going to be offered there, including rejuvenation and detox programs, diet and nutrition, medical massages, mindful living, gym and yoga classes, obviously that you see the lady on the right-hand side, and cryo sauna, weight loss, etc. The medical treatments, we will be offering bioresonance, radiology. IVF is quite big, as I said, in Cyprus. So IVF will be offered here, which will basically provide potential tenants for the owners of the properties there. And food intolerance tests, etc. This kind of treatments will be offered there. Beauty treatments definitely are going to be offered there as well, which includes the fillers, the Botoxes, which I mentioned. Mesotherapy is quite popular nowadays. Body contouring, food care, skin care, etc. These will be offered. And also assisted home care services, aging in place services will be offered to residents there as well. This is quite big because we're receiving a lot of demand in assisted home care services. This will provide you living independently, but if you require occasional support, you will be able to get it on your doorsteps from the wellness, which is right next door. So this will include anything from physical examinations to checkups if you so desire, personal grooming if you like, light housekeeping, etc. So everything will be available in your doorsteps with significantly lower costs than, let's say, the likes in Western Europe or the United States. And so you'll be enjoying a community, family type of atmosphere. And when you so desire, if you so desire, one will be able to get assistance in day-to-day activities, support. It's going to be on your doorsteps, which will provide you additional freedom for travel, for going around and enjoying Cyprus more and more. Last but not least, combining all these, we are basically having Dedaman Hotel come into the site, into the project. As you can see in block B, which is marked on the site, Dedaman Hotel bought this block, and Dedaman Hotel is going to convert this into a hotel residence type of development. When I say hotel residence, it's quite interesting because it will basically provide all types of hotel services that's going to be open for all the residents on site. And Dedaman is, by the way, like the Hilton of Turkey. It's quite large. It is a well-established brand since 1966. They're operating in more than 20 locations worldwide, as well as throughout Turkey, and 42 hotels in total, 5,000 rooms. They're quite big for Turkey standards, maybe for United States also, I believe. And they welcome over 2.5 million guests each year. So they're going to be attracting a lot of potential tourists because they're going to be marketing the site. And this will also benefit the residents or the owners of properties who would like to rent out their properties to these tourists as well, because there's going to be a lot of demand, not only to the hotel, but also the wellness, but also the infertility treatments, medical treatments. I mean, think about it. People are going to come to have their IVF treatment, and they're going to stay for 20, 30 days. Where they're going to be staying at. These type of units that's going to be available on site. That's going to basically generate rental income for the owners there. So this is the general site plan of the site. As you can see, we have completed the northern part of the site, also the eastern part, the blocks A, B, and C. Now, the C front is being completed by the end of 2026. We're going to see the blocks on the left-hand side, A, B, C, D, E, and F being completed. And then we're going to have the A, B, and G blocks completed. As you can see, the wellness, I'd like to remind you, the wellness is between A, B, C, D, and E, and F blocks. And that's basically the wellness is going to be offered to all the residents of the site, and everybody and their tenants will be able to take advantage of all the services that is being offered by the wellness center, including the aging in place services. So again, what is the deal today that we've been talking about? Today, I'm basically presenting a deal for studio apartments. These are considered to be larger hotel room type of units. They start from 78,500 pounds sterling, which is about 103,000 US dollars. And they are being offered 35% down, which is 36,000 US dollars, and the rest in 36 months developer financing, 0% developer financing, which is only $1,860 with today's exchange rate, which can be charged towards your credit card. 50% off on property transactional taxes, especially land registry. They are international freehold title deeds. They are not timeshare or sharehold units with a projected ROI of 9%. And on top of these, at the end of our presentation, we're going to be talking a little bit about the penthouses as well, which proved to be quite popular. Larger units could prove to be quite popular for live and invest overseas clients. So what are these condos looking like? They offer they're hotel type residences. As I said, they're considered to be larger hotel rooms. There's so much in demand, especially for people who come with their IVF treatments, for any other treatments, hair transplants, or facial, whatever. They tend to use these properties, rent them out, and stay on extended periods. The occupancy rates are considerably high. The return of investment is projected to be net at 9%. And they're 350 meters from the beach, and they possess all types of hotel type amenities, which I will be talking about in a minute. And they're going to be taking advantage of the well-being and home care services, which I mentioned earlier on, including the assisted living in place concept. So this is what they look like from the interior. As you can see, they're large hotel rooms. They have quite very, very nice views. Every unit has a sea view. Obviously, the higher you go, the better the view. But they're quite convenient even for 4 people, for a family of 4, let's say, parents and 2 children. They can take advantage here and becomes considerably cost effective than living in a hotel for for a period of time, let's say. It does include an aqua park. There's an aqua park on site. And this is the floor plan. As you can see, all units have a sea view. And it offers, what is the facilities that it offers? It offers a maintained beach, which we talked about already, outdoor, indoor swimming pools, gyms, wellness, yoga, meditation, sauna, landscape gardens and parks, surfing, aqua park, mini golf, rooftop infinity pool, which is amazing. I love that because there's a bar next to it, and one can enjoy a afternoon drink, watching the sunset. Basically the sun setting over the sea. It's really wonderful. I really enjoy it. Beach volleyball, etc., and on-site reception, rental, and management services, which basically combines with the assisted living and home care services that is offered by the wellness. The beach is already active. The open swimming pools, outdoor swimming pools are active. People are using them. Restaurants are active. The indoor swimming pool, heated indoor swimming pool, is also active. Salt therapy room, jacuzzi room. These are all real pictures, including these good-looking ladies. Steam room, gym, etc. They are all active. As I said, home care services, assisted home care services, aging in place is also going to be offered, which will again provide occasional support if needed, which I believe is really, really important nowadays. So 103,000 US dollars, 78,500 pounds, about 36,000 US dollars down payment with less than 2,000 US dollars monthly payments, all being offered today with 50% off on property transactional taxes, special offer for live and invest overseas clients. How can you buy these units? First of all, you can buy these units. You're more than welcome to take advantage of our reimbursable inspection trips, where you can come and take a look at them personally. You can check those units out. You can check the site out yourself, or you can purchase remotely if you so desire, because a lot of our American clients from Live and Invest overseas, North American clients, prefer to purchase remotely. By the way, we have a significant number of Live and Invest overseas clients who have purchased on the West Coast, and I can proudly say that we have a community of Live and Invest overseas reader being formed on the West Coast of Cyprus, which basically gives me great pride and honor as a person who basically initiated all this new community that is being formed on Cyprus. So you can, as I was saying, you can purchase remotely. I personally will help you basically pick the unit that best fits to your needs and wants and your budget. Once I do that, I will transfer you over to the legal associates that we work with. They are third-party independent legal associates who have been dealing with our Live and Invest overseas American and Canadian clients for a while now. They know how to help you remotely. They speak the language, they understand the culture, and they have contacts in North America that can basically assist you for the transaction to be completed smoothly. Once the property has been completed, we can help you with the furnishing of the property. We can help you with basically getting it ready to be rented out. Once it's ready to be rented out, it can then the rental management company kicks in, and your property is rented out. It's being marketed on on the websites like Airbnb, Booking.com, etc. And once that happens, then your property, as well as the site as a whole, will be taken care of a management team, which will cover everything that is required in order to maintain not only your property, but also the site. So I know United States is far away, Canada is far away from Cyprus, but we have sorted out everything to the T, and your investment will be taken care of by professionals who are already experienced in taking care of properties of American Canadian investors. Thank you so much for listening to me. It's quite important that I'm quite excited to be sharing with you that's been what's been going on the West Coast. As I said, I'm very proud that I am basically assisting or basically leading the way for a North American community to be formed there. Obviously, we do get a lot of Europeans, we do get a lot of English, but seeing US and Canadian buyers, investors coming onto the West Coast is really, really remarkable. I'm quite proud of that. Thank you very much for listening to me. Please feel free to reach out to me on my personal WhatsApp number. You can always scan the QR code. It will lead you to my personal WhatsApp. Laios@avertiss.com is my email specifically for this webinar. I'll be very, very happy to guide you, assist you. And if you so desire, I'll be very happy to talk to you about the specific type of units, including larger units like the 2 bedrooms or the penthouse units and the recent availability, etc. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I send you a warm greeting from Cyprus and hope to see you soon on our wonderful, beautiful island. Have a wonderful day and weekend.